The following is a Swiss Army knife animation production.
We were at a party and I asked him if he was going to watch the big game. He replied by saying, "Ha, I'd rather be powered down to have to watch the tampon gay bunch of queers versus the bin gay fudge packers." I told him that was homophobic and he used gay as a punchline twice. All he said back was, "You don't know dick about comedy."
I told him I didn't want any crocodiles in my store, but then he kept on bringing them in. Then I thought I got rid of him, and he shows up with some thugs and roughs me up until I agree to pay him 10% of my profit. I ended up having to sell the store. Then I got hired to manage 5 shoe stores in town. I make 3 times as much and get paid vacations. I really gotta find that malfunctioning arcade machine and thank it.
And then he started making fun of other teams. Things like shit toilet clogger barely good enough to be in the league, Philadelphia Beagles, the New York Giant Boners. I'm actually pretty relieved that last one didn't slip into anti-Semitic territory.
So I tried this business robot senior citizen sex website. It was actually pretty good. Not the best I've ever seen, though. I'd give it a B-. Also, his amusement park was a solid B, too. I mean, I can think of at least 4 erotic amusement parks I'd rather go to, and I've prepared a list. Erotic amusement park number 1, Coxbury Farm. Erotic amusement park number 2, Six Flags.
The Can's ass shitty queefs. Then he started going into other sports. The Detroit Red Dinglings, the... What does that say? Oh, the shit's turd butt pirates, the Indiana's pacemakers. Clearly, this man needs to be stopped.
So, we saw your PSA about the West Texas business robot.
Pretty great, right? ?
Yes, sure. We're just a little confused. No one actually said anything that bad about him.
What are you talking about? ? Did you hear what the Croc store owner said? ?
That the West Texas business robot taking his business helped him move on with his life?
That's not how I understood it. The West Texas business robot ruined his dreams of owning a successful business. And don't get me started on dicks and ducks, Joel.
All he did was review petrified wood in Disney area and give them relatively good scores.
Yeah, but not as good as Universal Studios. Pretty damning stuff. And can you believe what that actress, I mean Tessa said? ? I couldn't believe my central auditory listening and recording device when I heard her confessional.
Or recite.
What's that supposed to mean? ?
Oh, nothing. I just feel like you could have found plenty of worse things about the West Texas business robot if you dug a little harder. I'm pretty sure he killed a bunch of homeless people and put them in canned seafood.
Wait, what ?
That was some great acting you did in that PSA.
Oh, thank you. I mean, that wasn't acting. That was serious stuff.
Come on, Tessa. We saw you flub a line. You were reading cue cards.
Oh, thank goodness. I've been holding this in for months. That robot Keytar is very stern about things.
About what things?
Just about how no one should know about this and how I need to come in for reshoots. Stuff like that. She left like 20 messages on my phone.
Do you have those messages?
Oh, this could mean anything. Maybe Tina.
Tessa.
Maybe Tessa thought of more Team Slurs WTBR said that night, and Synth was just having her come back in to tell him. I mean, he said countless ones that night.
How do you even know that?
Because I was there. Wait.
So you were at the party in question?
I, sure was.
Why didn't you talk in the commercial then?
I like my privacy, you know that.
You work in show business and are constantly trying to get cast in projects Cynthia's creating.
Have you ever seen me in anything?
Well, that's because you're incredibly untalented.
Hey, I've been seeing an acting coach, and...
What are some of the other team names?
Pardon?
You were at the party. I mean, Tessa.
Tina.
It's Tessa. Tessa rattled off a couple of the offensive team names. Surely you remember some that she forgot?
Yeah, I sure do. Well, there was.
She said what? Emphatic question mark.
You coached her on what to say. She even showed us messages you left on her phone calling in for reshoots.
That stupid bitch. She signed a NDA.
And then there was the Utah Not So Jazzy Jazz Boys, because, you know, people don't care about jazz in Utah. They were originally from New Orleans. Not sure if you knew that. Some other teams that switched cities were.
At no point did Miss Ia coach me or tell me what to do during the commercial production process. I was, in fact, at the party in question and heard the West Texas Business Robot say offensive names. Names such as...
Oh, come on. We can see you reading cue cards. We can see the cue cards.
This interview is over! Exclamation point.